I am the Community Development Coordinator with Ballyfermot Chapel as a partnership. This case study focuses on the work of the Ballyfermot Chapel as a Disability Action Collective and the work that they have done to tell the stories of disabled people in the community in a different way through community theatre. The work that has been done focuses on the fact that decisions made for disabled people often affect disabled people in a very negative way. The work that we've done is work in partnership with the group, with Dublin City Council and others to basically ensure that the voices of disabled people are heard and understood. The work that the partnership does focuses on obviously SICAP, and one of the SICAP target groups is disabled people. In the Ballyfermot Chapel area, 20% of people are disabled, and this is higher than the 15% of the national figure given to us by the Disability Federation of Ireland. It is an issue that affects the community, and disability can be isolating, and it can be a way that disabled people are silenced. So what we are hoping to do with this project, and what we've done with this project, is give disabled people their voice. So this case study looks at the process and the journey and what's happened since the key production that the theatre group has undertaken.
I'll never forget that day. That letter coming in through the door. It was from the HSA, a bloody human services agency.
The Freedom City will be fully staffed with a comprehensive wraparound medical care provision 24/7.
Well, there's a group that's getting these letters, and we'd like some answers about what you're going to do. Are you forcing us to leave our homes?
Silent days with man problems. Living in our cities around Ireland were rocked by protests against it.
So we set up Smashing Barriers. We got some funding from the partnership, and we got some funding from Create to start developing a project. And then we contracted Kate Harris, who was our arts director. The idea of Smashing Barriers was to look at issues that do affect us at local level, and how do we come together with an agreement, because with different impairments, which has never been tried before. So there's people with intellectual disabilities, people with visual impairment, physically disabled, and mental health issues as well. So anything that we do, whether it's in Smashing Barriers or whether it's in the collective, it's around social model disability. It's disabled people deciding which way is the best way to live in our society and what barriers need to be taken down and who needs to take them down. To me, it's important because I wanted to work with other disabled people, because they're my peers. I wanted to be able to talk about issues that affect me, that affected us. It was also important for the community because we were not only working by ourselves, but we were making sure that the issues that we were coming up was going to be seen by the community through the play. So that's why it was really, really important. I think personally it has had a huge impact on many different levels. Firstly, just locally, we were able to, to engage with different groups such as the Ballyfermot youth services, the family resource centres as well. We were able to engage in there. We were able to hold different things in those different places. We also engaged with counsellors as well. We made a presentation to DCC as well around issues that affect disabled people at local level. And also it engaged more disabled people to talk to us, maybe not necessarily to join us, but to talk to us.
I'll be 2 years this coming February involved with Smashing Barriers. So, a lot. It was completely out of my comfort zone. I'd never acted or done anything like that in my life, and I really enjoyed it. And I surprised myself. I didn't think I could do it, but I really enjoyed it. And I learned a lot through the drama, through the people, and what we're all capable of. We're all capable of a lot more than we realise.
I done a bit of acting when I was a kid, and some of them in the other group knew that I'd done a bit of acting, so they more or less volunteered me, so I came over to have a look. And I thought I was coming over to help out, and instead of that I ended up taking part in the shows, which I more or less enjoyed, and that's why I stuck with it. I did like acting, and I mean to meet new people all the time and find out different things about people, it's always a good thing, especially being disabled. And as I'm getting older and getting more disabled, by being with the different groups, you get to hear what the different problems are and how they got to deal with them. And then you decide whether, well, maybe I could have done that. Whereas if I was on my own at home, I wouldn't be thinking about how someone else dealt with a problem. I'd be trying to deal with a problem on my own. I did use the beeping on my bike with that kind of thing, and it was all done with the musical director's approval. It was just something they were trying to time out, and I just happened to start doing that, and the musical director added it in. Like the show was, a lot of the show, I ad-libbed some, and some of the others ad-libbed. They put in their own words to make it easier, and it just seemed to work and flow.
At first, I didn't know what was going on. I just came along anyway. But as the time was going on, I learned more how to perform, how to read the script, how to do things like that. And it was only through morning that I did all this. Rather than be sitting at home all day and things like that. I never understood disabled people. I thought when I was growing up, people in wheelchairs were disabled, not people that could walk around, or blind people, or things like that. So it gave me a lot more confidence to perform with other disabled people in the community.
I came along to the initial interview just to accompany somebody, and then I heard Maureen's very persuasive voice, and what could I do, I had to join. So yeah, from the start it's been a great experience. Get extra confidence from doing something new, learning new skills, going out onto a stage in front of people, and just new skills and having to remember things. And yeah, it's a new road, and yeah, it's been a great road. So I do a bit of clarinet playing from time to time, and I was delighted to be able to play a few tunes during the plays, and nobody came away with ear problems afterwards, so I think it seemed to go okay. I had a very interesting role. I was a narrator, I was a kind of the overseer of the whole thing, and then as the drama unfolds, I dive right into the middle and I get stuck in with them, and I do terrible things. But anyway, I get away with it.
They have been an absolutely gem, and we held 2 plays here, and totally supportive at all times.
The space here is so big, and yet you'd say to yourself, how on earth, it's not that big that it could accommodate such a play with a Dead or Alive, with the movement of people and the music and the various backdrops and the scenes that we saw. And it did accommodate it beautifully. I thought it was a superb performance. We were able to provide, I suppose, a big curtain that we actually happen to have, and I think it was Bernard suggested that we use it to cut off the room a little bit to provide a suitable backdrop. We needed to hang a projector from the ceiling. I think having the floor-based projector and equipment was a bit awkward, so we were able to, with the help of our maintenance department, install the projector up on the ceiling. So that was a small little thing, but it made a difference, I think, for the group to use the space comfortably. Well, for ourselves here in the library, I'd say we were bowled over, to tell you the truth, when we actually sat here and enjoyed the performance, and we were more connected even to our group that comes in here. Smashing Barriers come in here every Thursday. I think it sort of strengthened our bond. It's a wonderful thing to feel that you're supporting people and that we work together. So we got that great sense of pride, actually, and enjoyment to see this finished product.
I went to Brussels last December to represent the people of Ballyfermot with disabilities. I went to the EU Parliament buildings, which was amazing. I've since we relaunched our group, I've now become the secretary of that group. The Ballyfermot Chapel is a disabled action collective group, and I also involved in the development of this little booklet and stationery for people with disabilities, and information that will be launched in December this year, please God. And I was also involved in the National Women's Council, Women for Change, and that was really good, really amazing, and all, great information that I'd never realised. I've learned so much since I've joined Smashing Barriers, I really have. I haven't looked back.
Well, taking part led on to my joining the Disability Federation of Ireland, the National Committee, Access for All. I've been elected treasurer of the Ballyfermot Disability Action Collective, working with the Ballyfermot CIC. Basically, it's helping me to help others.
I led on, I ended up going to the National Learning Centre down in Ballyfermot, and then I'm in college at the moment, and for further education, and that gave me the confidence to do a lot of other things, and I've got a lot of other people like in the National Learning Centre coming to the place, and people out of college coming to the place, so that's a real kind of boost, like, to put out there in the community.
Yeah, well, I started doing a bit of writing, and the whole artistic feel around Smashing Barriers has led me on to starting my own blog and doing a bit of writing, and that's something that I'm very much enjoying. So I'm very thankful to Maureen for, pushing me in that direction.
Yes, we had a very successful training day. We're in the middle of governance. This is for the Disability Action Collective. We want to be a very good example of what a community organisation would be, and governance is quite important, and we need to know the roles very clearly and our roles and responsibility. And Una from the partnership came in and started going through that with us. It was very important that the partnership supported us from the very, very beginning, so that we were able to build up the strength that we have today. Partnership is continuing to support us through Una. Una has been a liberation for us, which has been great, and we're enjoying that support. I think what it really is important that the partnership continues to support us not necessarily in money wise, you know, money is great, but in making sure that we can apply for grants that's available out there, and that they would help us to put that together, and also give us the support that we require, you know. And it's really important that DCC do the same as well. They've been doing that up to date, you know, and they will continue to do that, because without either of them, I don't think that we would survive. I mean, our main issue around our supports is getting disabled people here, and a lot of disabled people need either assistance to get here or transport to get here, and that's a big cost. But that's what the reality of it is, you know, and we have to support disabled people, you know, to actually get here. We got some funding to do Smashing Barriers, Dead or Alive, to go on tour, and that will be happening in November, the end of November, and the beginning on the 3rd of December. And what's going to happen there is that we're going to have a workshop, first of all, around what disability equality means, and then we're bringing the audience then into the play, and then after the play then we're going to have a panel of speakers talking about the true inclusion of disabled people in the arts. So we're really looking forward to that.